I'm starting a new series in Skyrim. In this series, I will be playing on a modded file, so I will be using other mods. Throughout this series, I will be showing off some of my mods. I will have to probably do some like the main storyline, because I do need use that to gain access to some of where some of the mods are, or in one or two of the mods. But I won't be doing that just yet. And also, I will be playing other mods if I spot any other mods that I think that I look at and I feel, ooh, that seems interesting. I will have a look. The purpose for this is to get my character strong enough to take on a mod that I'm currently working on, which is probably still not going to be out for a few months, and we're going to get leveled up because it's going to be a bloody hard mod. So I want to just get trained up, get leveled up for that, so I've got a chance to actually complete that bloody mod. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to create character. Now, Alien Race is a mod I made. Okay, there's nothing too special about them, but they're, as you can see, they're a form of a high elf. And the description is: the aliens, also known as the Wild Elves or Heartland High Elves, are a race of elves that have not been seen for centuries and were the creators of Magic School of Alteration. Now I'm gonna go for this one. So we got that guy. So on the outside, they look the same as High Elves. Because obviously due to PS4 limitations, there's only so much I can do, and I don't have all the software on my computer to do a whole lot of fancy shit for PC and Xbox. But I don't fancy not trying to make one specific mod for a specific system. If I make a mod, it's for all systems, so everyone gets the same thing, and that's just the way I work with it. I normally tend to play as a female. I do play as a male from time to time. The intention was for me to make the character look like me, but due to the fact that with a high elf, it might be a bit hard to do that with the high elf. I mean, I can always have a go, but problem is I'll be here forever and a fucking day trying to do that. So I'm just going to stick to what I normally do, which is this one. I'm not going to go too mad on the creation of it. I'm just going to on the character, see how what presets there are. Blah, 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 blah. We'll go for that one. I'm just going to make just a few little modifications to it. Nothing again, amazing. I'm going to want to change the wall paint to, go for that one, and change this to, we're going to go red, because it's sort of more of a red colour, because if I'm going to be doing any fighting, any magic, I will be using more destruction magic than anything else. This lot, see, this is one thing I don't normally tend to spend like lots and lots of time on, is character creation, because most of the time it is because I can't be asked. But on this case, it is mainly more to do with the fact that I don't want to bore you lot to death with creating the character. So we're gonna just make some slight alterations to this one, and that'd be about it. We're gonna go for blah, 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 blah. The reason why that's going up like that, the lip color is going up more, but the lip color isn't actually changing, is because I do have another mod that gives you like more lip colors, hair colors. I don't know about eye colors, but it gives you more hair color for your hair, to the character's hair, the character's lips, and the wall paints. But that mod doesn't work on the Alien mod, mainly because the files for that particular, I think it's just I think it's called like Fantasy Pack for PS4 or something like that, I think, if I remember correctly. And also I don't have that mod on my PC, so I can't add that to the Alien mod to upload it, so then that mod would then work alongside with this one. Hair, go for that one. Now this one does have a few different new hair colours, but they're all very bloody bright. I didn't actually, when I was actually making them, I didn't realise actually how bright they were. I mean, you could just about get away with the pink, like the first three, but the red and the blue, and well, maybe the blue. Yeah, the blue, but the purple and the red are very bright. So if you want someone with extremely bright neon hair, then there you go. Again, with the fantasy pack, there is more hair colours, but I can't access that with using the alias mod. We're just gonna give her. We'll make her a carrot top. There you go, ginger, bright ginger. So we're done. We're not gonna call her prisoner. We are going to call her. Actually, no, I think I've already got a character called that, so that's bollocks to that idea. We're just gonna call her Ronza. There you go.
Captain,
Now, don't worry, I will be speeding this bit up, so I will see you at a point of interest.
Sounds like a massive monster. It's nothing. Oh no, it's working clever, mate. You damn this city. Alright. Yeah, let's just get over done with. How many times have I gone for this? Only about 20 seconds. Dun dun dun. Yep. Right. You can mash it up. Yep. 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 One. Rah, rah, rah. I do. I think I anything else. This could move the body. What? How's my head going to fit in that box when we've got all those heads already in there, really? Seriously. Like a big ass crow. Caca. Oh, not big ass crow then. Take your time getting up. It's low there for you, isn't it? Alright, go. Bum 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 bum. Boy! Hi! Oh, toasty. Nice and toasty. Right. Ow. Let's do that one. Let's skip that bit. Got me else for ages. Here. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Bum bum bum. Dum dum dee dum dum bum 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 bum. Hello, random stranger. I don't say. Okay. Let's see, what's frustrating? Looks like we're the only ones who made it. That thing was a dragon. No doubt. Just like the children's stories and the legends. Shut up and come out and bombs. Go on, alright. No shit. I've been here for fucking 2 minutes. Cut me out, you bastard. Thanks. May as well take guns here. What? Oh, no shit. Fucking big.
Right. So we got to the first bit, some new thing for these people, for my aid race. On the flames you always tend to have, and the healing you always tend to have. But they also have a power known as the Armor of Umaril, in which this increases your health by 100 points, heals the caster 100 points, increases your magicka by 100 points, and for 180 seconds nearby opponents take 8 points of shock damage and half magic damage. So I'll be using that. And they also have fortified magic. So they got fortified magicka. They have resistance to magic and resistance to poison. It doesn't say how on its percentage here, because I've got to change its fucking thing. But I think the magicka it's fortified by like 100 points or 50 or 100 points, and I think resistance to poison, I think it's 100%. If I remember correctly, it's either 50 or 100, and I think magic resistance is set at 50. If I can remember correctly. So that's that first bit done. So again, I will see you when we are at something worth for me pointing out.
Oh, does it look like you can open it this side? No, I don't know fucking get it. Let me out. Oh no shit, you can't have it from over here. Hey, Morn. Hi! What's up, like, going on, like, they know we're here! What's up? You get on here, you may have in the doorway about 5 minutes ago. Burn! And burn! we are gonna have some boots, some more braces. Nope, yep, not there, and that's it. Russian. Yep, this person. Take that one. I'm sure he's sword. And that. Yep. Alright, we'll just look at horses. Oh shit, I'll be quick here, anyway.
Right. So this chest, which I've just opened up, which is called Treasure Keeper Chest 1, is the first chest in one of two treasure hunts. Two treasure hunts. I think you got one. I got one mod. It's just called Treasure Hunt, and I got another mod which is called, I think it's Treasure Hunt Second Round. My author name on the Bethesda site is not the same as my YouTube channel. So on the Bethesda site, my author name on that is Will Josem, which is WILJOSM. So if you look for any mods, if you want to have a look at any of my mods, just search for that author and you'll find them. So we've got Sashi Masho. It's Japanese. I can't remember what the fuck it translates to. All I know is it's Japanese. And it's just a Nordic dagger, but it's basically the same as Mehrunes Razor. It's just that it's on a Nordic dagger instead. But it has the same effect as Mehrunes Razor. I would just recommend that you get to this chest quite quickly, because sometimes the people who are in here will go to it and take the dagger out. And I don't know if the effects of the dagger will work on you as well. So your best bet is just to run to it, get the chest, and then bosh, you got it. So I'm going to be taking that one. You also got 10 grand to start off with. Nice little bonus. And you got a little note here. I'm not going to read it right now, because I'm going to be doing this bit by bit. But in each chest you will find a piece of paper. And that piece of paper has a clue to where the next chest can be found. As well as it does help you, it helps one of your skills raise up. Normally the skill that levels up is normally into some relation to what the item is. You might hear a little bit of clanking in the background, and that's just my little diggers running around. But back to the game. So keep these pieces of papers. It will always be good to keep on you. So I will be back when I find the next chest, because it's not too far from here.
Burn! Burn! Burn. Alright, oh, just have that smash in place. So burn! Burn! Right, barrel. Oh, burn. Burn away! I can remember which buttons to run. There's one button, I can't remember what it is. No, I'm taking that. Button. Wait, oh, that's it. Die! Burn! You burnt. Oh, I'll take that. Oh, I'll take that. See, now I'm gonna, if I need shield, need a heavy shield. And it. Oh, you're not waiting on them. Nothing. Oh, he's coming. Stop him. Trust me. I'll take that as well. Ooh, nice shield.
Right. Unfortunately, you might hear a bit of noise in the background. It's my diggers on their wheel. So I will be back in a minute. Right, that's that sorted. So in this one, treasure hunt starter. This is the first chest of another treasure hunt I've done. I think treasure hunt starter. I think this starts off the first one I created, and the other chest was the start of the second one I created. In this one, you got 10,000 gold again, so already up at 20 grand, and we have another clue. If I remember correctly, some of them will have a title for a sort of like a title to it, and the other ones don't. So that's that one. So both chests are found in the start. Are found in Helgen. There you go. I'll get it out. But also, just very quickly, you may notice that there are some other random people dotted around the place. I do have another mod that increases the population. You know, and they'll put in like here we've got survivor, survivor. You know, it just adds more people into the game. So I will see you when we have left this place.
I orders are to burn you. Burn, 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 burn. Oh, well, fine. Oh, he died. I'm going over the leg. Oh, easy. Hold on. Push out of it. Fuck, wait for Randolph. Come on, screw him. Wait for Randolph. Burn. Burn. Turn on. Screw that. I don't need to sneak past that, no. Somebody. I don't need to fucking sneak. Just run past that.
Wait.
Right, we are now out of that cave, and I'm not doing what Rayloff says because I'm not going to bother going with Rayloff. I am actually going to go off somewhere different. So first of all, we are going to go to here. The Alien Race is part of a series of mods I've done, which is called Journey to Dracos, and the Alien Race is part 1. House of Jax is also part of that series mod, and it part 2. There's 5 parts to it. The third part is actually up here, and that's this one. The Baraka Horu is part 3. Then you have part 4, which is here, which is the Marith Insane Asylum. And then part 5 is when you actually finally go against Dracos, which is, if I can remember correctly, you actually find it around here on the map, on the Lonely Mountain. But we will get there eventually. I'm not going to get there just yet because there's 2 reasons why. 1, because Dracos is a hard son of a bitch, and 2 is there's a chamber in there where unless you have a mod that either allows you to jump far or very high, or that allows you to have basically all the shouts at straight at the beginning, you do need whirlwind sprint. So I won't be going there just yet. But mainly won't be going there just yet because Dracos is a hard son of a bitch. So first of all, we're going to go to the House of Jax, which you could guess probably by name. It's a house, and it is basically a player home. It's, you know, there's no quest line to it. That's the thing with any mod that I've done. That's a dungeon mod. 'Cause I've done a few. Any dungeon mods that I've done, there's no quest line to them. There's nothing you need to do to activate them. You don't have to find anything specific to activate them or anything like that. It's just you just find it on the map and you go there. And with dungeons, you just go for the dungeon, and you have to find everything, because the whole point for exploring a dungeon, to me anyway, at least, is, you know, you search, you explore the dungeon. You explore the dungeon. The whole point of a dungeon is for you to explore it, rather than having your hand held telling you where to go. So that's the reason why. And the only other reason why that I don't have any quest lines set up in any of my dungeon mods or anything like that is mainly because it uses papyrus scripting, which I can't do. I've been modding for a few years now, good 3 years or something like that, I think, and well, it's 2 or 3 years. I can't remember, but I know I've been modding for a while anyway, and I haven't learned how to do scripting because it's not well. I suppose it depends on how well you are at coding stuff in. But enough about that. It's just I'm just shit at fucking using papyrus script. But enough for that. So as you can see on the outside, we have a smelter, a workbench, a grindstone, and a forge. The only thing you don't have is a tanning rack. I think it's mainly because I forgot to actually put one in here, and you know I can't be bothered to go back into, I can't bother to go into the creation kit, load all up, put this in, and then update this all in 3 systems. I'm just too lazy to do that. Unless anyway, tanning rack is used for leather, and you're not far from Whiterun anyway. So if you really need to get leather or anything like that, you can just go to Whiterun, or you go to Riverwood. Plus anyway, there's a fast travel point for this. So we're gonna go in here. I mean, this is probably about the only other mod you will see in this. I may have enough time to go to the Baraka Haru. So we should have enough time because there's not a shite ton in here that I need to show you. But as you can see here, you have your little kitchen area. Yep, nice little kitchen area. You got. I mean, there's a lot of the stuff is to do with more decoration than everything else. But you can take all of these things up here. You could take that bit of me, and you could take this big ass dagger and this tiny little teeny weeny axe. You got all these little. And you got books here to read, and your bookshelves in here. You got drinks in here, drinks in there. You got more stuff in here, like blackberry mead. You got all of that in there, and you got all these food barrels. You got alchemy station with a couple of potions to cure disease and potion of ultimate well-being. You the boss like that. The main thing you want to come to first is this fireplace. As you see, you got yourself some sheen. A little bit of goblets, nice little reading area if you wanted to read. But what you want to come here for is, first off, you can see between the 2 skulls, you do have this. The way that this set up, the game just unfortunately kind of messes it up a little bit. But the sword itself was meant to be like resting on the 2 bottom jaws of the dragon skulls. But the game, in the ways of how the game works, sometimes it bugs it up a little bit, so it just does that. But you can also see that in between the skulls is Asgardian helmets. I don't normally tend to wear a helmet myself, but I'm just show you it for the purposes of this video. So Asgardian helmet, it's just the jagged crown, but you got light armor. The design is just a jagged crown. What this does, increases magic resistance by 70% and increases armor rating by 100 points. Space Warrior, it's just a nice little touch of bonus into the game. Well, Asgardian Sword. Asgardian Sword is a basic Daedric sword, 32 damage, so it's stronger than a Daedric sword straight off the bat. I think it's lighter as well. Target takes 50 points of shock damage and half as much as magic damage. Now, as far as I'm aware, this sword, if I remember correctly, this sword doesn't run out. It doesn't run out of its magic charge, so it's constant. But one thing you will notice is that there is a bit of blueness to it. Like look at the little blue sheen from the magic enchanted on it. So I will be using that sword. You do have I will say, unfortunately, there is a bit of a slight issue with lighting in this house for some reason. I don't know why. Because in initial testings, when I was initially tested it, all the lighting worked fine. But it doesn't break, it doesn't break the mod or anything like that, so it's not going to cause your game to crash or anything. It's just unfortunately there's a little bit of an odd thing going on with the lighting here, but I'm not 100% sure what it is. But as you can see, you got some mannequins. You've got a few mannequins for you to use, and you got a few of these weapon racks. If I remember correctly, I set these up just for shields. I think you can, so you got some. So I think the weapon, when you use the weapon rack, I think something went wrong with it, or when I was making it, or it let something out. Mainly you'll just use these for your shields. And you got one little display case there, and you got a few, you got some little bit of weapon rack there, and so forth. Over here, as you can see, there was already that on the floor. As you can see, you do have a collection of dragon scale armors. No, they ain't gonna stay in. That's why it's on the floor. Then you got a full set of dragon scale armor and a full set of dragon bone armor or dragon plate. Now I'm not gonna be taking that because I'm gonna be getting something better than that. But if you're just doing this at the start of the game, you want some good armor at the start of the game that isn't enchanted over that. There you go. full sets of dragon armor. You have your enchanting table here, and you got archmage robes, the boots, you know, all your little bits of storage around here. Ginormous ass map on the wall. And you got that little house. That's supposed to signify where the where the insane asylum is. And you can see that you got a flag there, and you got a flag here, and you got a flag there. The flag there is just to symbolise where the Barocco horror is. That flag there, which you've all seen popping up, is actually supposed to symbolise where the entrance to the Chamber of Dracos is. This map here, the one that's on Haugen, I think I'll just put that on there because that's where you first start off. And you got one down in Riften. Or it was for immersion's sakes. It actually might have been for immersion's sake. When I was talking, when you read the lore books that are actually in this, that in the Barakaharu and here, you got these. You find books that give you some lore and basically the storyline to the mods series. So we're going to just quickly look in this chest here. And you can see there's it's 1500 gold, you know, a little something. And then we have a spell tome called Emberzard. Now we're going to learn that. I'm not going to use it here, but I will explain what it does. So you'll find it in Destruction. Creates a magic sword for 180 seconds. Sheath to dispel it, like any other bound weapon. For 180 seconds, opponents in melee take 8 points of fire damage per second. Targets on fire take extra damage. Add a fiery explosion for 7 points of damage in a 15-foot radius. Targets and fires take extra damage. So when you use this spell, you get a bound weapon, just like any other normal bound weapon. I think you do go a little bit faster using it as well. I think I'm not 100% sure, but you also create a fire explosion, no, big ass explosion, and you do get basically a fire cloak around you. And I think the spell lasts like 2 minutes. I think if I can remember correctly, it goes on for 2 minutes. But the nice thing is that when you deactivate it, if you know, say if you want to deactivate it but you don't want to hang around waiting for the fucking fire cloak to run out. The good thing is that when you sheathe the sword to deactivate the sword, the fire cloak at the same time also dispels. So you don't have to put the sword away and then wait for the fire cloak to disappear and then carry on what you're doing. Just put the sword away and the whole spell turns off. So that's, you know, that's a nice little touch there. And here we got some bears on the wall, and we got our little dragon lamp. It's just a little dragon with breathing fire to create a little bit of light. Our little dragon lamp. And so here we have the Psychomantium. Now, Psychomantiums normally actually tend to be stuff to do with ghosts. Like I think like using a mirror to be able to talk to a spirit. I think that's what a Psychomantium on a simple level basically is, if you believe in that kind of stuff. I'm open to believing it. I don't fully believe it, but I am open to it. But my Psychomantium is a little bit different. As you can see, you got banners. You got the banners to every city. Just a little dragon stone bone lamp, and all these books with red stuff in them. And what all these books do. Now, some of them will say Skyrim. You know, for example, this one says Windhelm, and this one says Skyrim. All these books are basically teleports. They will teleport you to the corresponding city. So this one takes you to Windhelm. This one takes you to. I think that's. Where is that? I think that's Morphal. I think. Yeah. So yeah. So the ones that say Skyrim are obviously will be the cities that don't have like their own city boundaries. So like Morphal, Winterhold, and like Dawnstar, because they're not there. They don't have bound. They're not encased in a wall. So they'll say Skyrim. But the ones that are encased in walls, like Riften, Windhelm, and Solitude, Markov, they all have their names. So you go for, you just activate the book, and it takes you to the city. And then in the city, and to the city it takes you as well, you will see this red thing floating there as well. And that's basically the way to get you back. So, it's basically a teleport room. Basically, it just teleports you. So if you're ever in the house, you think, oh, I need to go to Riften. You just go down here, and you could go outside and fast travel to Riften, or you can just come here and travel via book. There you go. That's the basics of this house. There's nothing too special in here, but you get the Emberzard spell, you get a bit of money, you get some stuff in here that if you don't need it, you can always sell it. And then we have this book. Oh. My house and what it has for you. For whoever of my nieces or nephews who inherit my house, this journal will give you a quick rundown of what my house contains that may be useful to you. The Psychomantium is a portal room that has portal books connected to all of Skyrim's major cities. Each portal has its own banner from each city to help you navigate which portal book to use to return. Walk into the city portal to activate the portal. So basically, you go for the book, it takes you to the city, and in the city there's a red thing there's a red portal floating around. Just walk into that, and you come back to the house. The house also comes with an alchemy lab for you and an enchanted dais. I am also leaving you a few of my personal belongings. Above the fireplace, you will find the Asgardian sword and helmet. In my chest, you will find my spell Emberzard, and my collection of dragon armors, which are extremely hard to come by, so please treat them well. You will have access to the house armory, and I have also left you behind some gold just in case you wanted to redecorate a little bit. Okay, well now technically you can't redecorate, but and that it's more for immersion's sake. If you are not aware, I am leaving you the house as I am now going travelling to finally try to conclude my research on the aliens and the tales of the mythic being Dracos. I have found a group of mercenaries who have agreed to help me for a price that I am happy to make a deal on. But to stop you worrying, for me, the boat is called Barakahoru, and they usually port in Solitude. Now you take care of yourself and the house, and remember to always follow the path that you want to take as you create your own fate and make your own choices. Love, Uncle Jack. I'm going to take that book. So yeah, definitely in this one, the Barakahoru. I think you will find books in the you will find like little like books and bits of lore in the asylum and in the Draco's chamber as well. And they just basically either will be something to help you, or will contain some of the basically the story of the mod. Because all of my dungeon mods, they all have a backstory and all are designed more for immersion's sake, rather than sort of like, because sometimes there will be, you will get something and you think like, Jesus Christ, that's fucking big as hell. Why is this room so big? But there's not as much in here as I thought there would have been, because it's massive. It's for immersion, or for immersion to do with the storyline. Now, I may have enough time to get to the Barakahoru. I'm going to fast travel to the Barakahoru, because fuck am I running another. I could just use the Psychomantium to go into Solitude, but I'm just going to use the just fast travel to the Barakahoru and give you a quick tour of the Barakahoru. And wait to find the loot. La 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 la. No, Barakahoru. Yeah, it looks a bit like the Kataraya. Oh, I've used that as its shell, the Kataraya. On the outside of the boat, it's not a major load. I'm gonna bring in the sun, bring in the sunshine, bring in the light. Right. I mean, okay, for the obviously, yeah, due to my limitations. Now, I could have possibly have done something with this using portal doors, but for the boat specifically, but it would have been very hard to do that. But you know, this is just decoration up there. Up there, as you can see at the far end, there's a statue of Nocturnal. You can't activate it or anything like that. It's just there for decoration. And you got some cages. Again, they're not here for any particular reason. It's just for the sake of immersion. This is the mercenaries' boat. They're bound to smuggle people or something like that. Yeah. So, so, but I mean, if I had the ability to do it, then I would have also designed this boat to be able to take you to places. But unfortunately, due to limitations of PS4, I can't do that. Unfortunately. So inside here, you got a nice little building. There's a statuette. Why these plates have done this, I literally have no idea. I literally have no idea why they've done that. So if anyone can explain why they've done that, please let me know in the comments below, because I have no fucking clue. So this ship, apart from having some statues, you got some statues in there and stuff like this. Apart from it being relatively quite big, you also have your own little tiny crew. Now, unfortunately, they do have the face glitch problem, which is something that happens quite a bit with people creating mods and when they have faces. There is a way to fix it, and I think I did try it in one mod that I did, and it did it for temporarily, and then for some reason their faces all broke again. Again, this doesn't break the game. It doesn't break the model. Doesn't break your game. It just breaks their face. But all these people, they will all sell you stuff. You can sell and buy stuff from them. But each person has their own specific field. So Soul here is the person you want to go to if you want to buy anything for alchemy or sell anything alchemy wise. And they do change. Their inventory does change, I think, over time. So that's what Soul does. You see here we have Lesnar. He's got very purple cheeks, extremely purple cheeks. He's just basically your general merchant. He just buys and sells general stuff. But each merchant also has their own kind of room. So obviously this is Soul's room. Lots of potions, lots of poisons. This is Lesnar's room technically. So it's just for the rubbish. And a ginormous pie. This is not just your standard pie. This is a big ass fucking pie. It's fucking huge. Here we have Brock, who is your blacksmith, who's looking a bit ill. Looks like he gets a bit seasick. He's got a bit of a green face going on there. So this is your blacksmith room. You got a shrine center, and you got lots of vignettes, and you got a few oars. And you feel free to take them. You can take anything on this boat. And you have your anvil, you have your grinder, you have your workbench, and you have the tanning rack on this one. In here, this is where you will find Merlina, and she does all. Oh my god! Wow, to your face. And she does all the magic. She will be one who signs you the books, staffs, soul gems, and you can see there's already some staffs here. And you got some clothing here. You got some archmage robes, mantle things with adorns. Speciality. You have the Sitic robes, and you also have Greybeard robes. So you can dress up like a Greybeard. They're not enchanted over that, but you can dress up like a Greybeard. Oh, I forgot to show you one thing in this room, just for a sheer bit of fun. There is a rat with antlers. That's all I'm going to say. Rat with antlers. So here you got your armory, much bigger than the one in your house. I think a lot of the time people will probably go to the House of Jacks. Whoever does when your dad knows this series, will probably end up going to the House of Jacks, taking the stuff out of that, and then moving into this one if they decide to move into this place, because the armory is much bigger, and much bigger. This part over here. You can technically, you don't need to worry about this part because it doesn't actually do anything. Again, just for a bit of decoration. Here we have a there's quite a few bits of lore in this one, so I will probably cover that in the next part, because I think there's like 2 books and a note So there's quite a bit of lore in this one. So I will cover that in the next part. But for now, we have Luna, who is also very purple in the face, and also very small. And she's just basically like a tavern wench. As you can guess, she hangs around in the bar. And you got all your drinks. And you also have your shrine to Talos. And up above here is just beds. Again, bit of immersion. You know, so it's like, you know, when I'm thinking this, I'm not when I'm like designing things like this, I don't just think, okay, what does the player need? I don't think just what does the player need. I do also think about as well as in ways of like, well, what else would there be in it, or in there, or in this room of the dungeon, or in that room of the dungeon, or in this house or that house. And we finally have the captain's quarters, which technically would be your room in this place. You got your bed. So I'm gonna sneeze in a minute. And you got all your shrines. Sorry about that. I told you I was gonna sneeze. So you got all your shrines. Giant fish. You got some more stuff here to grab for yourself. Some more alcohol. So yeah, it's very easy for you to get fucking drunk as hell. And you got your safe. What's in here? Oh, I'll take that money. I'll just take the money for now. And you make yourself a safe. And you got some more shrines over here to use. You got your collection of action figurines. I know. I just thought with low screen, I'll just create a shelf of action figurines. And there you go. The only one with pedestal is this guy because of how his footing is. And then you got a model of the Kataraya. Now in a couple of other videos I've seen with people who got this. One thing they never noticed was that within this bit there was water and there's a boat, and which if you actually watch the boat actually does move around on the water. I thought that's a nice little touch. It does actually move. It's not static. So you should be able to tell from down here that it moves. You know, if you look very carefully at it, you can tell that it actually moves a little bit. I thought that's a nice little bonus touch. So when you come in here, you want to have a look at the captain's chest. You want to ignore that. Take that, because why not? Ignore the weapons. The main thing you want to come in here for is this thing, the Mystic Tetra armor. Now, I will say this armor is very good, but also, by God, is it a freaking pain in the ass to bloody activate. Because of the way that it's set up, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to activate it. Because, as you can see, I'm going to learn it. So, I've learnt it. I should be able to use it. I can't use it. So I'll probably write this down. I'll probably put this on the screen on how you activate this in a simple context. But basically, the way you need to activate it is you need to basically grab yourself a weapon, but it needs to be completely unenchanted. You know, there's no enchantments, no nothing. So just a basic iron dagger, anything like that. And now you can see that now it can be selected. So you want to just activate that. So we're going to have a look at its active effects. You have Dragon Aspect Arms, and more Dragon Aspect Arms. Element of Fury. Now that does mess up a little bit on this. I don't know why. But there is a way around it to stop it from being a bit of a problem. But you may want to keep it. It just depends. You can Fortify Health, Fortify Magicka, Fortify your Marksman, Fortify One-Handed, Fortify Two-Handed, have Night Eye, you have Power Attacks and Damage Resistance, increases your magic resistance, and gives you a Shock Cloak. It gives you a lot of effects. But the stuff like Fortify Health and so go on the skills. My health's been fortified, I think, by 100 points. I think something like that. But overall, it does. This is quite a good thing to have, because I've used it before in other places where things have been very difficult with the character I had. Put this on, and I'm just fucking going boosh. Right, so now back to how it's using. So again, I'll recap. Again, you need to equip yourself with a standard weapon, not with a standard weapon, no magic, no enchantments, no nothing. Now, as you can see, when you attack, you are going very fast. But unfortunately, you can't use your magic weapon to activate it. So, and if you don't want to keep attacking like a motherfucker, like fucking speed or something, you can unequip your weapon, and you still keep the spell. You still keep the spell. But as you can see, automatic already, I'm going slower. And then you just replace it with a weapon that you want to use. Now, your speed's been reset back to the way it's supposed to be, but you still have the magic effects. And that's it. So, all in all, it's not actually too complicated to actually activate. It's just you can only use it once at a time. Well, I think you can only use it once at a time. I think. I don't think you can use it at any other point. I don't think you can keep using it and using it. So let's have a look. Yeah, so you do have to wait for it to run out. So every time when you want to reactivate it, you have to activate it again. It's just the whole getting it activated. That's the bit about probably gets most people like, what the fuck? How does this work? So to recap, you equip a standard weapon with no enchantments and no magic spell. Right. Then activate the spell. Then unequip the sword or what weapon you used, and then re-equip the weapon you want to use, and then that's it. And to reactivate again once it's run out, you again equip the ordinary sword or dagger or whatever it is you're going to use, and then activate the spell, and then switch that weapon for the weapon that you actually want to use. And that's it. And that's how you use that spell. But unfortunately, that is all I have time for on this part. In the next part, I will quickly go through the little bits of lore that are in this place. So we got one note here, and we got one book out there to read, and I will go through that in the next part. And I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm probably going to start on one of the treasure hunts in the next part. So, please remember to like and subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And feel free to leave any comments below, to leave in any suggestions onto if there's any other mods you want me to look at, as well as so just find me on Twitter or Facebook, and just search for Neon Eye. And I will also keep you updated on how my next dungeon mod is going on, and hopefully at some point soon I should be able to give you a rough estimate on when it's going to come out. But so far it's looking like it might be around about maybe September, so it's still a few months away yet. So until then, all have a good day. I still can't believe how orange she is. What? Is that orange or ginger?